Hello, and welcome to another riveting episode of Comedians Interviewing Musicians. My name is Becky Jo Neal. That's my dog in the background for the podcast listeners, little bat pigs back there. And we are joined by the incredibly talented Jeska and Guy Forsyth. Round of applause for everybody.
Hi, and this is Seeley.
Hi, Seeley.
Well,
Podcast listeners, it's a very cute little kitty. What, gray, blue?
Kisses.
Sweet. Yes, we were talking before the podcast that your animals love to listen to you guys play music, and you're talking about how they're now used to you guys not being touring anymore.
I have a theory that the cats got together and caused COVID to try to get more access to thumbs.
That's maybe the best conspiracy theory I've heard about COVID for sure. Yeah, what if the pets all got together and were like, here's the thing, we're tired of them leaving all the time. How do we fix this? Let's give them a virus that we've already had.
Oh, and they had a great time with the fireplace over the last week.
I picture the great pet god going, stay.
Exactly. How did you guys weather the snowpocalypse? Did you guys do okay?
We did okay. We had intermittent power, but our gas worked, and so we were able to heat the house with the burners on the stove and the fake log in the fireplace. We actually have a fireplace, which you'd never, we hadn't ever used, and it was exciting that it worked and we didn't die.
Yes.
I make light of it, but I will say that I have a friend who did die, Gene Taylor, a great piano player, original piano player in the Blasters, played in the Fabulous Thunderbirds, played around the world, and he died of complications apparently from hypothermia, 6 days into not having power.
Wow.
So
I'm so sorry.
This is a legitimate disaster that the people that caused it need to be held responsible, because there's no reason why the grid couldn't have worked. It was just underbuilt because it was cheaper.
Yep. Yeah, it's Chris is on the God mic saying greedy people. Yes, it's all. What I could not wrap my brain around, because I'm from the Midwest. This is a normal thing. That's why our houses are built a certain way. That's why our infrastructure is solid like it is, because this happens 3 times a year where I'm from. But and I think for the first part, I was like, they're going to be fine. And then I realized your houses are not built to contain heat. These are not. This is a total. It's a tragedy.
You want the heat out, really.
Yeah, that's what they're built for. They're built to expel heat and keep the house cool. I don't know. It's kind of shocking, but I'm really happy that you're still here and that people did. I mean, the community effort I had like neighbors from like 3 apartments ago check in on me.
HEB.
HEB for president. I swear. They honestly though, can we just have a little HEB moment? They came through clutch for COVID. They came through clutch for this snowpocalypse.
And
Bless
they have
HEB.
good rules. Like, they do a good job.
And unusual as this weather event was, 10 years ago we had a freezing episode as well. So it is not unpredictable.
Right. It's not unprecedented either. 10 years ago, they told them you have to winterize the grid. And did they do that? Absolutely not.
No, they didn't. And why? Greed.
Money. What a world. Speaking of money, actually, if you're having fun, you can tip Guy and Jeska.
Money.
Yes. Everybody needs a little
have
money.
Some of it sometimes when we need to buy things.
Calories are good.
Calories. Oh, bless calories. I realized I drove home today and I realized I have no food in my apartment. So DoorDash is about to be my best friend right after this. But I guess other than the snowpocalypse, how has quarantine been for you? Like, I know your animals are happy. Like, have you found any new hobbies or gifts that you've discovered? Well,
everything is new.
I did a lot of therapy, and I discovered that deep inside I have a need to torment those closest to me, and so I've been learning how to play the mandolin.
Ooh.
That's what it sounds like, in case you weren't sure.
Just a turkey running through the house.
And luckily, he plays the same thing
over and over.
So luckily...
Yes, it's Wagon Wheel or Wonderwall. Why do both of those?
At least I could practice a fun dance or something. This one's not that.
It's just green sleeves, but in the wrong key. And you're like, what are you doing?
Modulating up a half step every time.
Oh no. Oh, Earl Manning is one of our patrons and longtime friends of the show. Hi, Earl. We love you and miss
Hi,
you.
Earl.
Oh, and hey, Vicky. That's your mom. She's watching.
That's my mom?
Yeah.
Wait, what's your mom's name?
Vicky!
Vicky. Hi, Vicky. It's so lovely that you're here. Thank you for joining us. Earl wants to know how everyone is doing tonight.
Oh, yeah. This is to you, Earl, and to you, Vicky.
That's how we're doing it.
I had to open the door after the freeze and pour out some White Claw for all my plants that died.
Oh, every single plant of mine is dead. Capital D, dead.
It hurts my feelings that they're dead, and I'm there. I can see them when I look out the window.
Like, how dare they?
I know.
I tried to save them. I made them a house. It didn't help.
That's the thing. It's just, even the flora and fauna of Texas were like, what the hell is happening right now?
It was 7.
God, 7
That's only
degrees.
6 more than 1.
I have a song about this if you'd like to make a
Oh, yeah, let's do. Oh,
careful, careful transition.
Sorry, we don't mean to interrupt.
I know, I love that. Thank you. God, some people don't like when other people do their jobs for them. I am not one of those people. Please do my job. I love it.
Hey, if you're watching right now, would you please click the share button? If you would please click share. We are a bunch of people obviously desperate for attention. So if you could help us get that, we would I'm also doing this show in sweatpants, which I guess now.
And for the podcast listeners, she just held her cat up. Well, she was picking her cat up to put her guitar in her lap, but it kind of looked like she was like bringing the cat, like, you better tip, you get her share, or the cat's gonna get it. So
you better tip me.
Yeah, times are hard. We had 6 cats at the beginning of this lockdown.
Oh no. My dog just heard that and she's like, is that what's happening? This is what you get for starting COVID, dog. Okay. So here's a song.
Thanks.
By Guy Forsyth and Jeska Forsyth. Enjoy.
Ready? There are snakes around my trailer. I found a scorpion in my bed. Snakes around my trailer. Found a scorpion in my bed. Well, Texas has its way. I could wake up dead. Hot sun working on the red clay, cracks just like a chain. Hell in August, Texas, fools pray for rain. Oh, you dumb sons of bitches, hurricane. Well, it's a jacked up day where I wake up and I'm already late. Looking at the back door, wonder what I run for to meet my fate. If Texas had its way, well, I'd be gone without a trace. 100 right behind me to take my place. Black mold underneath the sheetrock, paper wasps in the eaves. I try to keep up with the upkeep, but an honest man may be deceived. God help the child set upon by a thief. And if it wasn't trying to kill you, wouldn't be Texas. If you ain't got the fight, you won't make it here. See that cowboy hat driving that Lexus, gentlemen, that wicked grin from year to year. you won't make it here. See that cowboy hat, driving that Lexus, spinning that wicked grip from ear to ear. Well, listen, Jack, to tell you all we come out, I'm already late. To the front door, I wonder what I'd run for to meet my fate. If Texas had its way, I'd be gone without a train. 100 right behind me to take my place. There are snakes around my trailer. Found a scorpion in my bed. If Texas has its way, there will be bloodshed. And if trouble makes a man, I'm a thoroughbred.
Yes. All right. That was Guy Forsyth and Jeska Forsyth. Thank you so much for joining us again. I'd just like to thank our podcast sponsors and our patrons. Without this, obviously, we can't do it. They also have a Patreon. So if you are already friends of ours, pretty sure you're going to be friends with Guy and Jeska. So why not? Also, we have ticked in the comments their Venmos and PayPals. So be sure when you tip them, we know we're trying this new thing because we know not everybody watches the live stream. Some people watch it on YouTube and listen to it on other various podcast platforms. But when you get tips, we constantly ask them to tip you because you're doing a great job. We'd like, 2 years from now, when you randomly get a tip from some random Joe on Venmo and you're like, who the hell is sending me $10? We're going to have you send a fist bump emoji and the laugh cry emoji. That's the one Jeska decided. She's going to do the laugh cry emoji because we're going to cry laugh during the show. Oh,
he eyes and he's got tears shooting out and he's like,
it's exactly the face we all want to make when we can go back out again. I feel like it's going to be hysterical crying and laughing.
But till then, definitely there's never been an easier time or a cheaper time to be a patron of the arts. Artists really in this period of time are learning how to be tremendously frugal. Really getting by with the bare minimum of our caloric needs. And if you appreciate this, if this is something that feeds your soul and feeds the thing that keeps you going, which is what music has been traditionally, and that's certainly the bar that we are trying to fill, because music is a tool to get through difficult times. If we're helping you, please give us a leg up, and we'll meet you in the common ground.
yeah. Also, join our Patreon. It's cheap.
As little as $5.
Begging.
Can't afford.
I mean, honestly, though, you have to there's when you have the ability to sell your chutzpah in a crowd, those people are immediately drawn into it. It's like artists are having to, and you're right, every artist has become so good at trying to really sell their product in this new form and try to stay relevant. And you guys are killing it. Super proud.
It's only $5. It hurts it actually kind of hurts my feelings when people don't. I don't have one family member. Not one of my family members is a Patreon of ours. But
come on.
My family is. But it hurts my feelings when they don't join. It's so cheap. Just don't buy one coffee from Starbucks.
Yes. This is what they meant when the conservatives were saying stop buying coffee once a week. They mean so you can put the money back into the Patreon pockets of musicians and artists that are keeping you entertained while you are home alone. Mind you, you're watching this shit because you can't go out. So let's donate and become patrons. So Scott Collins is here. Hi, Scott Collins. We love you. And Mike Cora, I don't know, did you tip? He just sent a laughing cry emoji. Lisa Huffman is a Patreon.
Lisa Huffman's watching. She's a big fan of Guys, and I know she had a super hard time during that freeze. I think that they got some water damage and their roof collapsed in 2 places. So we're thinking of that so much. Thanks for joining. I hope you're okay.
Yeah. I actually got. I've been in Kansas City for the last several months taking care of my folks during quarantine. And I sublet my apartment for a little bit, but that's the sublet let up on the day before the snowpocalypse happened. So
Oh,
no
wow.
one was here to run my water or anything. And I also, my office did not have capabilities to get to the office. So I couldn't call and ask, is my apartment still
Yeah.
above water? And turns out I moved from building to building. My old apartment, the two on the third floor on the corner, both had their roofs cave in. So if I had not moved, I could have been in that situation, like coming home to an ice rink and a hole in the ceiling. Like that
I
would have
hope
been.
your luck holds.
I know, right? And by the
They're
grace of God, that woman was not
2022
there. Like, who?
now.
Speaking of, no more smokepocalypse. I'm sorry. We're talking about happy things. I would like to know if you, and I asked Jeska this, I made a comment about it earlier because she teased you a little bit while you were gone. And I want you guys to answer this question for each other.
You shut your mouth! Oh, I dropped my phone.
It was playful teasing. And this is payback because he took up the mandolin. So if Guy was not a musician, what do you think he would be?
Oh, I answer it? Okay.
Mhm.
I think that you would have been a preacher. Or a ridiculous car salesman. You would have been someone that gets to talk a lot that people have to listen to. That's what I think.
I guess there's the question of using your powers for good or evil, but maybe I could be a good car salesman.
Yeah.
It's like, look at this, it's great. Here's all the reasons. I've listed them all out for you.
This car is not
An order.
good for you.
Liz Forsyth Donaldson says chimney sweep. Is there a story behind that?
Up where the smoke is all better than pearl. Yes, I like to dance a lot, and I'm filthy.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I
Hey,
think
sister.
chimney sweep. Yeah.
Oh, that's your sister? That's so. Hi,
Yes.
Liz.
I
That's,
told you his family shows up.
yeah, that's
Aw,
Captain
that's so-
Unicorn of the fire department. My sister,
Oh, I love
the
that.
unicorn.
Okay, so
She's
reverse
attached
it.
to the fire department. She just also loves unicorns.
I mean, don't we all?
It's a term of respect.
Not as much as Liz. Liz has a special love for them.
Oh, well, I mean, I think doesn't everybody like have like one animal that they're like, yeah, I see myself in you.
Yes.
Yes.
Steely's like,
Stop
it's me.
eating my hair though.
For the podcast listeners, the cat has completely taken over the show. He is so
I
cute.
know,
He's
sorry.
pawing at her hair, trying to eat her hair. Oh, hi, Steely.
Guys fans want us to make Steely Cat t-shirts.
This is going to work like a charm.
Oh, but look, he's
The
distracted
internet
by his
loves
own
cats.
tail now.
Oh. Yeah, the Facebook comments are like rolling in. They're
Everyone
awesome. Thank you guys so
loves
much. Okay, so reverse it. Guy, if Jeska was anything else other than a musician, what would she be?
A supervillain.
She seems
Yeah,
excited about
lair-
this.
A lair somewhere where she would use digital technology and manipulation of image to rule the world, and you wouldn't even know.
What if I already do it?
Okay, now I'm convinced you already do that. Wait a minute.
A supervillain and a preacher walk into a bar,
And they start to set up.
and they have a cat.
And it's not a witch thing. It's not a magic. Just follow me this. 2 musicians and a cat, 1 a preacher and 1 a supervillain. Wait, so what would your supervillain costume look like?
I always said that
Skin tight.
I would be reflector girl because I'm so white. So I would just wear really light colored stuff and stand in the sun, and that could be my superpower.
You'd blind
I mean, I
everyone.
have already thought about this. I don't know why. I had
A
a,
little.
I did pageants, so I have answers for everything.
Wait, when did you we did like teen pageants, little kid
I was
pageants?
Miss Texas. I got to be Miss. I won Miss Texas for the talent. Like 5 years ago. I have a crown.
That is incredible. I've
Fun.
always been so jealous of pageant girls because, like, one, they're
Okay.
gorgeous, but like, is the pageant world like they put it in the movies where it's just like mean and
Depends
cutthroat?
on what pageant system you're in.
And what movie?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't-
like Train to Busan, or
Yeah, is this Miss
I
Congeniality
don't
or?
think a lot of people realize there's a lot of different pageant systems. Miss America is a pageant system. There's our Diamond Miss. There's our Little Miss. They're all very different. Every pageant system is different per se. One of them is a very natural pageant that you don't wear a lot of makeup and you're very covered, and then maybe the next one is a glitz pageant where you have a flipper, a fake teeth, and you're spray tan and you just look ridiculous. You know, they're all different.
The only pageant I've ever been to was a drag pageant, and I don't
Yeah.
know if I could ever go to a normal one because that was lit.
Yeah.
You know, we have a little girl, she's 10 years old, and she loved being in pageants. I wouldn't have been in that pageant had my daughter not been in that pageant, but I just figured I could enter and then win the talent and win all the money for the talent, and it paid for the whole pageant trip. And I got a video that went viral on the way home because we were on an airplane tarmac in Reno and they lost power for hours and hours. And so they asked if anyone wanted to entertain, and so they made me do it because I just won. And so they recorded me singing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" on the speaker system and used that as their "Let's try to make people less mad at us" story on the news. And I was on K Love and Good Morning America and all kinds of stuff. It was pretty cool. It was 2 days. If you ever have anything go viral, it's the strangest thing.
Just a
It's
blip.
literally 2 days, and then just like
But you
That-
know, I feel like when they go viral and it gets big enough, I mean, eventually people see it a couple months like, oh, have you heard about the lady who sang "Somewhere Over the Rainbow" on the plane? No, I haven't heard of that yet. Oh, I'll send you the link. That's kind of the forever moment there. You'll be that lady forever. I'm a fan of that. Okay, so
Made your
What
mark
is-
on humanity.
yes,
I want a better shirt.
what is the first thing you're going to do after getting vaccinated? After COVID is really coming down, what's the first thing you're going to do?
I'm leaving
Where are you going?
away from him just for a long time ish. For like, I think I want to go somewhere where you're not, and then want to be there for a little while, and then come back, and then we'll be like, I love you. I'm so glad to be around you, because I would like to miss him.
That is oddly beautiful.
I would
Yeah.
like to miss my husband because I love you, but I love you. Go away.
And Celia is still eating his feet. What about you, Guy?
No, I'm going to go straight up to New England. I'm going up there.
That'll be good.
Where in New England? Like you're gonna go watch
I'm
the
probably
beach?
gonna. Well, I'm not going to Connecticut now because my little sister hates me right now. Whatever.
Sorry, little sis.
So I'll probably go to Jersey and stay with Aunt Sue there. She has a teepee and an Airstream and an old 100-year-old cabin.
Ooh.
And I'd like to go to New York, but then Sue kind of has told me that maybe I don't right now. She says
Like maybe
that
not the
it's
time.
It's not a good place right now.
I mean, yeah, most places aren't the best. Traveling back from Kansas City to Texas, I was like, Kansas City's pretty dumb, but damn, every single gas station we drove by, there was some dude standing way too close to me, not wearing a mask, and his grubby little fingers are all over the glass thing. I was like, get away from me, I swear. Oh, no, I can't. What about you, Guy? What's the first thing you're going to do post-COVID?
Well, I'm just looking for a return to normalcy, and I can go back to my hobby of licking door handles in public buildings.
Yes, and like open mouth kissing your friends. Just
Yeah, just a big
No!
slappy.
Take it back. I had to break him of that. He no longer kisses his friends on the mouth.
Like this has been really weird for me because I've made my living my entire adult life as a performer. I'm a recording artist. I've sold records, but most of my income has come from selling records at point of sale, at gigs and stuff like that. I had a record contract in an earlier portion of my career, and I learned a lot of things from that. Mostly that I can spend my money as well as anybody can, and so now we have our own record company and we do everything in house, and so. I'm so looking forward to getting to go out and hear live music and participate in the ritual from both sides of the stage, because you take it for granted. I just took it for granted. I'm glad we're doing the right thing, and I'm a droplet spewing machine, so
He spits a lot.
it really is best that I'm
A
not
lot.
in a tiny room, like sweating and yelling for 3 hours. So
He does it here at home.
yeah. So
it's a freak show.
the cats love it.
He does.
Yes,
Yeah.
Chris
Oh
says he's
my
ready to see you
God.
live at the Saxon.
I have a band that I put together. We had like one rehearsal planned, and then the COVID hit. So I've had a band that's never played together.
The great rock and roll swindle.
Maybe someday we'll practice.
It's kind of like every teenager's first garage band. Like they just practice for 6 years and nothing ever happens. You're like, what are you gonna do with that?
I can't do that, y'all.
I
I
can't.
will move on.
Usually makes for a really good first record and
Seeley can be in my band.
no second record.
You wanna be in my band?
Yeah, what's Seeley gonna do first thing post COVID? Because Lisa Huffman said Jamaica. I bet
I
Seeley
think
would
his
go to
answer
Jamaica.
is
Back to the lab.
clean his tail.
I mean, seriously, if for the podcast listeners, just stop listening to it and get on YouTube. This cat is straight up stealing the show. He's so cute and he's so silly and he's just so pleased.
He's
I've never
waiting
seen
for
a
me to
cat
move
that's
my
pleased.
head.
to
I'm trying not to
belong.
move because he's waiting to attack me. Feel it.
He's waiting
Don't
to
give
attack
it to
you.
him. Don't give it to him. He'll eat it.
Oh, and there we go. Yeah, if you're not watching this on YouTube, I implore you. This YouTube video is gonna have 1 million views. The podcast is gonna be like crickets. Okay.
Be famous. You gonna pay for college? Oh.
I said, no, I'm gonna smack you in the
the
face.
answer
Quit
to
asking
that.
questions.
You fought me right in the forehead.
He's like, you owe me money. You don't owe me anything. Okay. Chris just texted me, this cat is totally distracting you. Yes, it is. I am a simple being.
Here,
Okay.
go look at her.
And I know, Guy, you've expressed like you've been making records for the majority of your life. You have over 20 plus records that you've recorded personally, and I'm sure you've worked on countless others. Like, do you have a favorite? You're not supposed to ask what your favorite kid is, but do you have a favorite kid?
Oh, but that is the question you're asking now, isn't it?
Mhm.
And I don't even know what the answer to that is because I mean I could tell you my least favorites, but you know that's not necessarily as fun. I'm
Your albums
really
really?
I'm really proud of all the different musicians that I've gotten to work with and the different periods of time that I was working, and the music that I've made has definitely been collaborative. And so, you know, when I listen to the records, I'm often thinking of the players that I've known and that I've worked with on those records because, you know, I'm a songwriter, but as a musician, I'm folk trained. I just listened. I didn't have lessons. So I've learned from other musicians continually my whole career. And getting to play with other musicians has definitely influenced the music that I've made. The album Love Songs For and Against that I made with Mark Addison at his studio is one of my favorites. And one of my favorite things about it is that it brought some sort of pop and you know and British sensitivities to stuff that I was doing, which was mainly American roots music influenced. But that's kind of the journey. You know, it's like you know trying to learn craft and keep your inspiration.
Genius. I feel like, yeah, you can never pick your favorite child, but there's always like, I love that you sort of correlated it to the people you've worked with, and you've worked with some insanely like big
Absolutely,
names.
really great musicians.
Is there a piece of advice you were given by one of those artists or something you learned by watching them that is like has forever been burned in your brain?
Well, I didn't get to work with him, but I interviewed John Hammond when I was about 18 years old. When I was 16 years old, I started to play. I got a harmonica for Christmas from my dad, and I had some friends who played music, so I would learn from them and watching them. And I really early on started to gravitate to old Americana music. I discovered Robert Johnson in the public library in Overland Park in Kansas City.
That's where I'm from.
Yeah, so that I spent time growing up in Overland Park, out in the suburbs
Twinsies.
Of Kansas City. I'm close to corporate woods, a perfect metaphor.
My mom works in corporate woods. I am not kidding.
I think
That is where my parents' law office is in corporate
I'm
woods.
a white kid from the suburbs, you know, with no legitimate claim to roots music as, you know, like it wasn't something that my family did. My dad committed a few atrocities on the banjo while I was growing up, but he was, you know,
it's not the mandolin.
he saw deliverance and, you know, and it changed his life. But it didn't hang around that much. But I've always been interested in music. But when starting to listen to music that in a lot of ways predates the commercialization of recordings, although the race records were recorded mostly for small private endeavors as opposed to an overarching Smithsonian-like effort to record folk music. People were trying to sell those records and trying to figure out specific markets and what people would make. There's people who are just trying to figure out how can I make this work. So the music on those records affects me and has continued. I'm still chasing the thing that I hear on those records, and I may always be. There's an authenticity to the songwriting in those early blues records, which doesn't take away from the professionalism of the people that created them, because that was a lifestyle. You had to totally jump into that, at least for a period of time, in order to make it work. So that is, I'm trying to share the things that I love.
That's beautiful.
You're doing a good
I love
job.
that. We did get Chris asked who on here has a favorite Guy Forsyth song or album. Liz got two. She said Adam's Rib and then 105, and then Lisa Huffman said Red Letter Bible, and then so many to pick.
But my favorite one, Love Songs For and Against.
That's your favorite album? Yeah.
Because I hired him to play, and then I bought all of his CDs. I remember I came up to him and I was like, I have $50. Give me whatever you want to give me for $50. And you were like, here's one of everything. And so that was my favorite album, was Love Songs, and probably because I'm a little bit younger, not as, and definitely then didn't have any knowledge of the kind of music really that Guy was singing. I've learned a lot since then, but it has a pop undertone to it. It just, I think it appeals maybe to the younger generation just a little bit more. It's a really, really solid album.
I concur. Mike Cora said Steak, and Earl Manning says my favorite was the when they played Amazing Grace at Purgatory Players.
Yeah. That's the one we're gonna play special for your Patreon.
Oh.
So
if you want to
and you'd like
see
the special performance, you gotta join their Patreon.
yes, both of ours, because maybe it's a different angle, and who knows? Maybe you want to watch it again. We're gonna do
switch
it.
places.
We're leveraging our art.
Well, let's
Reverse. Okay, one last question before we get into a couple more songs, but we kind of hit on that. I'm assuming that you hiring him was when y'all met because you were running a club.
Yep.
So tell us about how you guys met.
Sure. I was running a club called Sealy Flats. And when I say running, there was a bunch of people all working together to run it. I don't want to make anybody mad. But I was in charge of booking and handling the music and all of that. And I had posted online asking who they wanted me to, like, who do y'all want? I don't know about blues that much. And they wanted Guy Forsyth to come back. Apparently he had played at the Steel Penny Pub quite a few times in the past. That's another place there in San Angelo. And so I hired him, thought he was kind of expensive, but, I want to give the people what they want. So, yeah, I met him before the show. I always tried to go and say hi because everything gets really crazy when the show is happening. And you were nice. You were fine looking. Nothing was like, I'm gonna marry you and be with you forever. But it was when he started singing. The first song I ever heard, ever, because I'm a crappy song person and didn't do any homework, and so I didn't listen to any of his music. I just hired him, and he sang Adam's Rib, and I remember the post that I leaned on when I heard him sing, and I was just like, holy crap! And I had my daughter Bella with me. She was 3, and I always had her take a picture with everyone that came across the stage that I thought was a cool musician. I have pictures of her playing Barbies with Sue Foley on the stage floor. I have all kinds of pictures of her with Chris Duarte, him giving her piggyback rides, and
what?
And so I have a picture of Guy holding her when she was 3 years old, and now that's her dad, and she was terrified of him because the first song he sang was Adam's Rib, and it's kind of a little bit of a scary sounding song, and it scared her.
Minor.
And so she called him the Big Bad Wolf for 2 years, and she was not a fan. But
I love that though.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah,
pretty
my
cute.
parents met in a babysitting situation. Similar.
Just the other day, she was listening to us do an interview, and she heard me tell that story, and she didn't realize that it was Guy. She was like, That's Dad? I was like, yeah. She goes, I didn't even know that. She also didn't know that Michael Jackson used to be black. That was also a fun conversation that we've had during the pandemic.
Yeah, kids are smart. They
She
pick
was
up
like,
on this stuff.
"That's the same person? How?"
Oh, trauma,
Why?
trauma. That's how that happened. Trauma. The poor Michael. That's me. Oh, my chorus is that's hilarious. I love it. I'm interested, Guy. What is your take on your first meeting?
Ooh.
What do you remember?
I remember the first time that I saw her, and she seemed tremendously sophisticated and exotic.
Ooh.
And you know, I had that moment where it was like, wow, you know, just like you don't. I think that my wife is freakishly beautiful. You know, just like and she is.
Oh no, the cat!
For the podcast, sister, she tried to cover her face with her hair,
but
and the cat was like, "No."
The cat was waiting for that.
but you know, but I had her number in my phone because it was the
that was his boss.
yeah, it was the
Hey.
the contact, the
At least
buyer
for a
for
week.
Sealy Flats, and so years went by, and she reached out to me on Facebook, and we started just communicating on Facebook and talking to her about her band in
Yeah.
San Angelo, and
I asked him for advice on how to play in Austin.
yeah.
Ooh.
Apparently, it was just marry you, but
Yeah, that was what it took.
It's a plus.
Lady.
No, I love a meet cute. That's so sweet, though. I don't know. We love here at Music Firsthand. But yes, before we get into a couple more songs, I would like to remind everyone that they have a Patreon, and there is a pinged comment for their Venmo. The Venmo is just at Guy Forsyth, right?
Guy Forsyth Band.
Guy Forsyth Band, and then it's paypal.me.
And Guy Forsyth.
There we go. So the Guy Forsyth is just the PayPal in an at Guy Forsyth Band on Venmo. So be sure to tip them with a fist bump emoji and a laughing, crying emoji so they know where it's from and it's not just some creep sending them $10 in the middle of the
I
night.
mean, I'm
So,
fine with it if you want to.
yeah. We also take creepy ones, but just beware. And again, to the people who want to join the Patreon, that is also a link in the comments. It is there. And if you want to join ours, do it. You're going to get the exclusive video of Earl's favorite song. So let's hear a couple more songs from Guy and Jeska. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
Which one do you first?
Let's do Who.
All right.
So you want to tell the story?
I will, yeah. This is probably, I think, maybe the first song that Guy and I wrote together. This was the first song I ever had any hand in writing. And it was shortly after I moved to Austin, and Guy and I were sitting on the back patio of our house. And it was about, it was very late. It was 4 a.m. We had played a show, and we were just winding down because, you know, after work, you can't just go right to sleep. And he was singing me all those beautiful love songs, you know, all those love songs that everybody knows so well by Guy Forsyth. And it was the first time that I was like, who are you singing it about? Like, who'd you write that for? And he didn't really answer me.
Well, it's an amalgam of characters, really. It's a
for
bunch of
other
different people,
like,
and it's more of an ideal.
And so then I just didn't believe him, and I had an idea for this song. Hit it! Oh, Sealy. There he goes again with that same old little ditty about her in hell, singing with his eyes closed. Where does he go? I heard this song before. The one he says doesn't matter anymore, but like a clock it goes around. Been the first one out the door. Leave your lover crying on the ground. Just like you said, it'll come around. Is this singing true? Is he singing too? Why can't I break through? Why can't you see me? Why can't you see me? Why won't you see me? Why don't you see me? Is he singing too? Is he singing too? There he goes again with that same old little ditty about her and him.
Holla back.
Take it, take that.
Well,
Go. It's your turn, bruh. Cat hair all over my face.
got to sing this song out to all the guys in the audience. What if the girl is right and I don't see it? And she's right in front of my face. What if tonight's the night and I don't seize it? And this is just a brush with grace. What if the girl is right? What if the girl is right? 'Cause I've been wrong, and I've been wrong for so long. A righteous clown who doubles down when the moment's gone. And through it all, after I take my fall, there's one person standing at my curtain call. What if the girl is right and I don't see it? And she's right in front of my face. What if tonight's the night and I don't seize it? And this is just a brush with grace. What if the girl is right? What if the girl is right? Because this is not my first rodeo. It's not even my second rodeo. I mean, when I think about it, my life has been a succession of rodeos, just one rodeo after another, you know. But at a certain point, you have to look ahead and realize there are fewer rodeos ahead, and then there are rodeos behind, and that increases the value of those rodeos. You know, you have to make sure you get everything you can out of those rodeos. You gotta squeeze every possible drop.
It's kind of embarrassing. All the rodeos.
It's my pride keeps me dissatisfied. Well, it's a story that I tell myself but it's true that I like some celestial version, a super heroine, unlikely to condescend for me to put my needle in. And why should she come to my plea when all I've got is this list who I couldn't see? What if the girl is right and I don't see it? And she's right in front of my face. What if tonight's the night and I don't see it? And she's just a brush with grace. What if the girl is right and I don't see it? And she's right in front of my face. What if tonight's the night and I don't see it? And this is just a brush with grace, just a brush with grace, just a brush with grace.
Yes. All right, that's Guy Forsyth and Jeska Forsyth. Here we are. This is Comedians Interviewing Musicians episode. I have no idea. I don't even know why I tried to name it. I think it's like 160, Chris. 158. I was very close. We are about to play a game, but before we play this game, I would like to know. Jessica brought it up earlier. You have a bucket of swords and a bucket of wigs in your house. I know why she has a bucket of wigs, because I am also a wig queen. But why do you have a bucket of swords?
Zombies.
Zombies. Very simple. Wait, do you know how to use a sword?
I don't.
Before I moved to
I'm like, I don't. Let me go get one.
Before I moved to Austin, I had come to Texas
Probably
almost
in the
every year of
closet.
my life, if not every year of my life, because my mom's family was living in Houston. So I had a reason to come down, and so I grew up coming down to Texas. But when I turned, when I left home, I started to work at Renaissance festivals. And the first one I went to was the Renaissance Festival in Kansas City, and I started to work as a stuntman doing choreographed fight shows. I did one at the Kansas City Renaissance Festival, playing Robin Hood. And so we took that show on the road and did the Metairie, Louisiana Fair. I did the Sterling Forest Fair up in New York, and I had gone to TRF at the end of one season, and I got to visit Austin while I was there, and that was and so that was the first time I ever came to Austin. And when I went down to Austin, I realized that bands were playing for tips, and I was already getting beat up with swords and sticks for tips. So I was like, I could do this,
Your
you know.
spear
I
just
think I
fell.
could do this. That's good.
Oh.
I just grabbed one.
Jessica's got a sword.
Just grabbed one.
I don't know
yeah.
which one it is, but there's one. And when I pulled it out, you the big spear with the red hair, fuzzy thing at the end, that fell over on me.
I got to train with Sifu Jeff Hughes of Iron Mantis Martial Arts in Austin for many years, and I taught Tai Chi for a while and did the Tai Chi Gim with a straight sword. When I was in Kansas City, I did a lot of sort of amateur street fencing with a bunch of punk rockers, and so
God, I love
we
that.
put the holes through our own face. And I had one go through my lip.
Yeah, everyone's all
Right
like, "What's
there.
this scar from?" And he's like, "Oh, a friend stabbed me."
Yeah. And so the mount on this particular sword is obviously not in good shape here.
Beautiful.
Never saw this one.
Yeah, this is
Hello,
a
Sealy.
big katana sort of style sword. So take a little while to pull that up. I'm very fascinated in swords and melee weapons from the time I probably started playing Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid.
Yes, nerdy is as nerdy does. You just,
Yeah,
you don't,
yeah,
I don't think anyone ever grows out of that. I think when parents are presented with a nerdy child, it is very often I feel like, oh, they'll grow out of that. They'll get friends eventually. Sometimes those nerdy kids meet other nerdy kids and they never stop. We never do.
Happiness is finding your nerds, and like the people
100%.
that you can find common imagination with.
And I my first like a non-school, non-city musical, I did a show in Blue Springs, and about 98%, because the director was Jim Stamberger. Shout out to Jim Stamberger and the Kansas City Ren Fest. The director was Jim Stamberger, and so all of his Rennies came to audition for Footloose, and I was the only person who was not a Ren Fest cast member. And so they like bullied me into like, you want to come be a mermaid on a hot rock for a couple hours and we'll pay you $7? Like, yeah, okay.
100%.
Do I?
Yeah. What do you mean? Where's my outfit? And they're like, you have to make it. I'm like, well, what? But Kansas City Ren Fest is notorious for having like some of the best costumes of all. They're good. I sort of knew that was the answer because I read in your bio that you're a Rennie nerd like myself. So I thought what would be fun. We always try to play a game during this chunk of the interview. And I found an interview or a quiz on Detroit Free Press. Take this quiz to dress up as your Renaissance character. It's like 8 questions. And we're going to find out what kind of Renfest character we all should be. I took it earlier and I got the Village Idiot. So I'm not taking it again because this quiz is mean. But we're going to quiz. We'll start with Jeska. Jeska, what is your favorite or your go-to beverage? Beer, Gatorade, hot tea, cola, bubble tea, or rum?
Beer.
That's what I said. I was like, who is like, yeah, bubble tea. Shut up.
My daughter would
Okay.
say that.
Which
Guys
word
make all the
best
stuff to make
describes
bubble
you?
tea at home.
Yeah, no, we can make bubble tea at home. We're fancy. Which word best describes you? We have brave, mischievous, dangerous, tomfoolery, regal, or wholesome.
Are you asking me this?
No, you guys.
Oh, this is Jess. We're doing Jessica's first, and then we'll come back and
words again. I forgot half of them.
brave, mischievous.
I think I'm brave.
You are pretty brave. Also, you have the married hair like in the Disney movie Brave.
Yeah. Sometimes it needs to be big.
It's gorge. Okay, what color looks best on you? Brown, purple, bright white, black, gray, or I like to switch it up. Bright white is your villain costume.
I like to switch it up.
Me too. I was like, with the brown, purple, white, and gray. Those are not really okay.
Purple would be the one I'd have to pick if I had to pick one.
If you're
Right.
aiming at Queen, you'd have to pick purple.
Well, also purple just looks good with red hair.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit basically invented it. It's how it works.
She made purple.
How would you spend a free day? Working out, who does that? Cleaning your house, who does that? Taking a hike in the forest, out on the water, or at a bar with friends?
I'd go to a bar anywhere with friends.
100%. And this question, which I reject as being culturally inappropriate, not which animal do you identify the most with? Because that's spirit animals, not for white people. Are you a beaver, a swordfish, a hummingbird, a raccoon, a butterfly, or a shark?
A shark?
I like the shark. I picked raccoon because they dunk their food in water, and sometimes that
They're cute, but people really want to kill them, but they can't get them. They get them a lot easier than sharks.
That's true. And everyone's afraid of a shark. No one, or they either like
pretty
heavily
scared of
afraid of it or they really, really respect it.
There's a shark week.
Respect the shark, definitely.
Respect the shark. Okay, this one I thought was ridiculous because what is your dream job? And these 6 jobs are not great.
I wanted to scream mermaid as my answer for like every one of them, even the color.
It has to be. What is your dream job? To serve and protect, any job working in nature, stockbroker on Wall Street, a gamer, a CEO, or a hairdresser. What in the random?
I'll be CEO.
Yes, she wears the lady suit. Okay, which member of your friends group are you? The funny one, the leader, the mother hen, the rule breaker, the protector, or the dreamer?
Oh, all of them. Which
I
one?
know, right? Funny one, leader, mother, rule breaker, protector, dreamer.
We'll go with leader because then I can be whichever one of them I want to be because I'll be in charge.
You're a princess!
What a surprise!
You are a gentle, benevolent
Prove the
being.
validity of this test.
But that's good for her because she didn't like her
Says-
answer.
You are humble and show gratitude towards everyone around you, such that many regard you with their highest respects. It is very likely you have a great wisdom and well-developed talents. Hello, your wardrobe and accessories are meticulously color coordinated, often focusing on a single color. You carry yourself with authority and were born to be a leader. You are proud of your heritage and who you are, always confident and aware. And your motto is, hold your head high, or else your crown shall fall.
I mean,
Badass.
that's
I'm here for that one. I got Village Idiot. You got the princess. This is This is crap. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, I guess you could just, if you're the
Copy
princess.
my answers.
One of my first gigs at the Renaissance Festival at the Sterling Forest was the singing trash collector, which is kind of archaic because I don't think they had trash collectors in in the Middle Ages, but in order to open a Renaissance fair, you do.
Yeah, that no one
got
was really
hired.
concerned with sanitation back in the day. Was not a thing. They still had the big ass turkey legs though. That's the tea. Okay.
That was back when we
That's
were
the
bedding
tea.
down with hoofed mammals.
I had a tail.
My wife is a goat. No, really. My wife is a goat. Okay.
Look at
What is your go-to beverage, guy? Is it beer, Gatorade, hot tea, cola, bubble tea, or rum?
Ooh, the rum.
Well, I know where the rum leads too, and I'm not that much of a rum drinker, but we
Yeah, it's got. I mean, you're at the Renaissance Festival. You got to have your like thing of rum.
yeah. I guess all right. I'll take the rum because you make grog with that.
And you can fight you can clean wounds.
It's all for me grog, me jolly.
Yeah, it could be
jolly.
Multi-purpose.
Also-
for me beer and tobacco.
Guy, your mom is blowing you up online, saying that is absolutely right. Once a nerdy kid, always a nerd. And as Guy's mom, I know that for sure.
I miss you. I'm gonna go to your mom.
My mom has read every one of the Patrick O'Brien books. She's a nerd.
Can I come to your house?
See?
Can I come to your house with that guy?
Okay, Guy, which word best describes you? Brave, mischievous, dangerous, tomfoolery, regal, or wholesome?
I feel dangerous, but mainly to myself.
Fair. Okay, clicking dangerous. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, clicking. There we go. Which color looks best on you? Brown, purple, bright white, black, gray, or I like to switch it up.
You're all gray.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Actually, I think that. I mean, I would like the answer to be black, but I think probably brown.
I mean, it's a classic. That's fair.
No, you don't think so?
Well, I mean,
Am I
that's
like a
your
winner?
answer. You can
Am I a
answer
winner?
it, but I think that's not your best color.
Winter is coming.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Brown.
I'll dress you.
she's like, fine, if I have to dress you for the apocalypse, we will do this. Okay.
I'll fix it.
How would you spend a free day? Working out, cleaning your house, taking a hike in the forest, out on the water, at the bar with friends, or shopping?
Taking a hike in the forest.
Yeah, that sounds fun. And which animal do you most identify with? Beaver, swordfish, hummingbird, raccoon, butterfly, or shark?
Raccoon.
Yeah, they're just so dang
Trash
cute.
panda.
Trash panda.
And
And what is your dream job? To serve and protect, any job working in nature, stockbroker on Wall Street, gamer, CEO, or hairdresser?
Yeah, I
He's been practicing his whole life to be a
haven't had the option, so I'm going to take gamer.
Right? Like, if I was good at games, I would have picked that, but I was like, hairdresser sounds artsy, so maybe that one. Okay, which member of your friends group are you? Funny one, leader, mother hen, rule breaker, protector, and dreamer.
Yeah.
Protector.
Yep.
Nice. Oh, dang it, dude. We're both the village idiot.
Hey!
It says,
While we're so unprotected.
yes, no one cares about us. Also, the picture they use for this is borderline offensive. This woman is like,
This is a motley fool.
she's wearing a sign that says idiot, but spelled wrong. And there's like trash in her hat. The description says half-wit, nincompoop, simple-minded. These are the words that the unknowing outside world may choose to label you.
I wonder if Chris is an idiot or a princess.
Yeah, Chris, are you an idiot or a princess? I feel like Chris might be a princess. Yeah, he's definitely a princess. It says that, Guy, you are the life of the party, always finding a way to make people laugh. You are proud of who you are in such a way that it allows others to be proud of themselves. Clever and brave. You stand up for what you believe in, even when everyone else would tell you you're wrong. Though laziness can sometimes be an issue, there is no more energetic or driven when it comes to things you are passionate about. That's a pretty good. I feel like that sounds mean, but it's nice.
Yeah,
I feel like that's mean and nice. That's nice.
Yeah. Also, your mom said that's right. So maybe,
Well, unimpeachable.
At least Sealy doesn't look stressed out at all.
Sealy's still like, give me your hair or I will burn this house to the ground.
No, he's just like in his like lazy boy. Lazy
He's
boy.
just snoozing. I love that. Well, thanks for finding out. We're the princess and a couple of village idiots. That's sounds about right. I mean, I don't really know what all the answers were because I didn't take the test in a bunch of forms, but I feel like if it was just princess or village idiot, that would even be funnier. Just spitting out.
I asked him and he agreed to do it. But Guy, I love dressing up so much that I made this poor man go out in 12-degree weather to photograph me.
I mean, that's love.
In a gown. Like
Shoulders
a big
bare.
gown.
But
I was
how
wearing
gorgeous
a gown,
was
not
picture-
him.
I mean, it could have gone both ways, but what if he was like, I've been outside in 45-degree weather. I'm putting the damn dress on now and you take pictures of me.
I mean, I have some pictures of him in some dresses.
Yeah.
They're on the Patreon, so join their Patreon and you can find those. That works. If you guys are enjoying yourself, please be sure to tip. Chris told me not to get my knee in the camera several times. It just looks like a floating boob, but I can't help
tipped
myself.
that.
What's wrong with me?
I'll do
It's not
it
a
with
floating
you.
boob. But if you're having a good time, please tip them. It's pinged in the comments. It's at Guy Forsyth Band on Venmo and paypal.me Guy Forsyth on PayPal. So make sure you tip with a fist bump emoji and a laughing crying emoji so they know it's from us. We are going to hear one more song on this live stream. This gives you an opportunity right now to Lisa Huffman says she wants to see the pictures. So does everyone else. Get them to TMZ immediately. If you want to watch the exclusive content we're going to film after this, please join our Patreon as well as joining theirs. You'll get, I'm sure they have tons of content on their Patreon. Please join them and support them. And join ours too. Spend $10 a month on some lowly, crazy musicians and comedians. It'll be fun. So please enjoy this last song on the live feed. But if you want to join us for the Patreon to see it later, you can. So this is one more song from Guy and Jeska Forsyth.
Should have just gone for it and bopped you in the head. So this is the first song I ever wrote by myself. It's called Midnight, I think. It hasn't been recorded yet, so all of this could change quickly. But
Work in progress.
it's a work in progress. I am a fan of true crime. I like it because I think that it helps me be more aware, and I like to know my options and my exits and my possibilities. And so this song is about stalking. I think stalking is crappy. And the only way you can get help is if you are, if you're murdered, basically. So this is my stalker awareness song called Midnight. It's in your blood. It's in your skin. Obsession you feel deep within. Intrigued and known, driven by desire. You take what's yours, you have to feed the fire. It's after midnight, there's no one out you wanna see. It's after midnight, there's no one out but you and me. I feel your eyes, I feel your pattern, feeling like we're trapped in a mold by your desire. I know you're here, you know I'm home. You just keep calling, whispering in the phone. It's after midnight, there's no one out you wanna see. When fantasy meets reality, when you can't function unless you see me, prolonged nightmare outside my door. If you ask for help, they're gonna call you a whore. It's after midnight. There's no one out you wanna see. It's after midnight. There's no one out but you and me.
Hell yes, brothers. Thank you so much for joining us. This was an incredible show, and I am truly, I feel like honored to like host you and have you in the Music Firsthand family now. It feels like we've been I know Chris has been trying to get y'all on the show forever. It was like a dream of his, so I'm super stoked to have it on there. And we just love you and appreciate you, and we want to tell all of our patrons and sponsors that we adore you and we need you, and please keep supporting us. And if you're feeling generous and in the mood, it's only $5. So please, it's starting at $5. Don't just only give $5. Jesus, cheap ass.
But if that's the deal
If that's what you got, that's fine. These are tough times for people, but we certainly appreciate all the help that we can get.
we appreciate all
Absolutely.
of the $5.
Yes,
really do.
and all 5 of those dollars will be used to make quality content for you guys to produce
Or
even more entertainment.
gallery content to keep producing.
100%. Also, James Ottaviano,
Hi,
Jim!
James.
Jim and Sue are watching, and they want to say hi. And Lisa Huffman also watches Court TV all the time, true crime fan. I am also like, I'm a murderino, so I feel you on
I'm a
that one.
murderino too! I just didn't want to have to explain it, because every time I say murderino, people are like, you love
it's like,
murder?
Is
And
that
I'm
a
like,
pasta? I'm so confused.
say what you mean. Say what you mean.
I said what I said. I like murder. Just kidding. I like to listen to women talk about it
Tell
on the
it like you
podcast.
say it.
But please, everyone who's watching, we're about to cut the live stream and go on to do our secret Patreon content. But if you had a good time tonight, please, please, please tip them. It is in a ticked comment here, so you can make sure you can find their Venmos and PayPal, and use a fist bump and a crying emoji so they know it's from this show. And I just want to, thanks again so much for being a part of the show.
Oh, this is fun. I hope we get to hang out in real life. When
I know.
we be around
When this
each
is
other.
over,
Yes.
we are
would
planning.
have
I'd like to
many
see your feet.
wigs. If we joined our wigs, we would have like the biggest wig collection ever.
What? Yeah, we want to see feet and wigs. We're gonna do feet and
And
wigs.
nothing else.
That is the
All the way down.
feet and wigs and swords. That's it. And we are trying to plan, like, once we can safely do so, all of the musicians that are new Music Firsthand family members that we have had to meet virtually. We are totally planning. We've got to figure it out. We're gonna have a show where everyone, we get to finally meet each other IRL, and we can't wait for that. Oh. Chris on the God Mic is saying we were going to host Guy Forsyth's birthday bash, because that's when Chris and Guy, that's when you guys met, right?
We were talking about this before.
Oh, that was the last time Chris was at a live show. Oh my God.
Yeah, you should go to live shows more often, Chris.
Yeah, what are you, chicken?
I mean,
Wait, so-
it's been longer than a year. It was 2 years ago.
That's fair. Wait, when's your birthday?
November 30th.
Oh, it's like mine's tomorrow. I thought this was like coming up.
Your birthday tomorrow?
It is. I'm turning 29 years old tomorrow.
Get ready.
All right, didn't write this song, but
It's for you, Becky.
God dance the day you were born. The angels did the bump to Gabriel's horn. God dance the day you were born. Grateful for the gift of you. Ba-doo-doo-doo. I saw him do the funky chicken, stepping and kicking in blue suede shoes. I saw him do the boogaloo too. Grateful for the gift of you. Now some folks say that long ago God didn't dance to save his soul, but St. Peter taught him how to jelly roll. Grateful for the gift of you. God danced the day you were born. The angels did the bump to Gabriel's horn. God danced the day you were born. Grateful for the gift of you.
Funny lady.
Grateful for the gift of you.
Happy birthday.
Grateful for the gift of you.
Becky.
Great. Now I'm full crying. Awesome.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. It was also Chris's birthday on the 21st.
God damn.
Oh, I love it. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. Why am I crying? I am weak.
Come back. You can come back.
I'm weak. I get the disease from my dad that a good Folgers commercial will make me cry, so it doesn't really matter. But thank you so much again. One, for the birthday song, and two, for the incredible interview. You guys are so awesome, and I can't wait to meet you in real life. Everyone, please subscribe to their Patreon, support them so you can still see their awesome content.
Happy
We're gonna
birthday to
play.
you. If you're a Patreon member,
Yeah, ours too. Join ours too. We're a team.
we'll sing you happy birthday if you're their Patreon member.
Genius. Join Patreon. They'll sing you a
I'm gonna
birthday
send you a
song.
video.
Not everyone. Only the people whose birthdays are tomorrow.
Happy birthday to you.
Everyone.
Our favorite.
I love it.
It's always good to see you again.
Yeah, you have to use all the gender neutral and like non-name names.
Hello, he,
Just
she,
like-
it, them, it. Usins.
Hi, y'all.
Exactly. Y'all is gender neutral and it's
Our
perfect.
daughter is gender neutral right now. She's fluid, and I'm having a hard time. See, I called her daughter. God, she would yell at me. I'm trying so
insensitive.
hard, and I said it again just then.
It's
so hard.
It's a learning process,
And
but
then
hey,
we try. And last night, Guy was like, "Yeah, go get they," and she's like, "It goes." Well, it sounds like there's a whole bunch of people, and I was going, "I know.
All y'all.
That's why it's so hard to do because it's wrong grammatically, really." But
I just tried to like stick with names. Like if I know your name, I'm just gonna use your name. Go get Becky. Go get if it's Becky here. That's a tip. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard, but it's also amazing that you're supportive and love your child and support them
Right.
because that is the most
I
important part.
hung her big flag she got above her bed, and I'm calling her whatever she is that week. I'm doing it.
100%. You're good parents. Damn it. Y'all are going to make me cry again. Okay, we have to cut this live stream because we have to film some extra content. But if you enjoyed it, tip them, join the Patreon. I'm sweating and crying for the podcast listeners who did not
We
tune
love
in.
you all, and we can't wait to exchange fluids.
Yes. Open mouth kisses and spits for everyone.
Well,
Let's.
he's not going to be allowed to hang out with you. I told you, I broke him of this.
It's 2021. Who knows? But
Your mouth,
thanks,
your
everybody.
mouth.
We'll see you
Bye.
next time.
The Roaring
Bye.
20s, baby. The Roaring 20s.
Hey.